Welcome back to another episode of Drink Tales, and today is pretty special. So, a little bit of a flashback. Last week or so when we went to Miami, one of the highlights of the trip is towards the end of the trip, we got to meet up with Alejandro over at Candela. And we talked, he told us a little bit about what's going on. He told us how much of a fan he is of the channel, him and everybody down at Candela down in the Dominican Republic. And he also gave us another bottle of Candela. And he told us this bottle was he told us a few things about this bottle. One, he said that whenever they make new batches of Candela, they tweak, flavors here and there, because they're trying to get, the best kind of flavor. They're, things of that nature. And he said he was especially proud of this batch. Now, at the time of filming, I'm sure that this batch of Candela is rolling out into stores and stuff now. But when he gave that to us, he pretty much said that we were some of the first people to receive a bottle of that particular batch of Candela. So we're probably going to be the first individuals to get to taste some of this new batch. And we're going to do some right now on this channel.
Right, but we're going to do something a little differently. Since we already had a bottle of Candela, I want to compare the two to see what he's saying about the flavors.
Right.
So this is the bottle that we got, I want to say 3 months ago. This is the new bottle. As you can tell, I don't know if you can tell, take away the fact that we went through this one. The new batch is darker than the older one. So to me, that speaks to the flavors, the changing of the flavors.
Right.
Maybe something was added in that makes the liquor darker, or maybe something was taken out that makes the liquor darker.
Right.
No, we won't know until we figure out what this tastes like. And we're gonna do it like this. So the old bottle will be tested out of these glasses. The new bottle will be tested out of these glasses. Right. We'll start with the old one first.
That woody taste.
That sweet woody. I want to say earthen, but that's not the word I'm looking for. Earthy taste.
And I've said this before, I kind of liken it to cologne a little bit. Yeah, very good, as usual. As evidenced by the fact that we're halfway through that bottle.
Exactly. We want to savor that moment with that one. So now we're going to go with the new one. So we'll put you aside right quick. And I took the plastic off and everything ahead of time so that we aren't struggling to get that off. Right.
Batch. This one tastes a lot more. This one tastes like licorice.
You get those in these flavors. The earthy, woody taste is in the back. Is in the background. You're gonna catch that on the back end of your tongue. nostrils and whatnot. But at the forefront of the flavor is an anise flavor. And it's not as sweet as the first one, which is beneficial to it because it lets those other flavors, like shine through.
I would say it's not as sweet as the first one, but what it does is it uses its sweetness, its flavors are more balanced out. I really like this.
Yeah.
I would say this is peak sipping neat or over ice or whatever you would like to call it. Just by itself, like this is that perfect one to do that. I can see why he was so proud of this batch. Because he hit a note with this one that
and
I'm really digging.
And I'm even wondering, and the answer is most likely yes, because who am I to question the way that distillers do their process of making this stuff. But I hope they're keeping notes as to what they did with this batch so that they know exactly, if they want to repeat that process.
Right.
I'd say both of these are great. Like, if I'm being honest with you, they taste like two completely different bottles of liquor.
Yeah. I wouldn't say two completely different. They taste like similar bottles, but if you were to drink these blind, if we were to have someone drink these blind, they would probably say that they aren't the same liquor.
Yeah, well, I mean, they would have to. Like, the only thing you would catch from this is the woody flavor, and that's more present in this bottle.
Yeah, in this one it takes a back seat. If you're not just drinking or sipping, if you actually hold it in your mouth for a little bit, that woody flavor is in the back. It hits the back of your tongue and it becomes prominent. Also and I guess it's the same, that cologne flavor, that's in the back too if you actually hold it in your mouth. It's way up front in this one.
Yeah.
And I think that's because they wanted to emphasize.
I know the anise and licorice flavors are more prominent in this one, and that's not a bad thing. I think comparing your spirit to something along the lines of, I don't want to say Jägermeister. I'm thinking more Benedictine and liquors that are along that line. That's not a bad comparison to have, actually. Like, those type of liquors make great drinks, and specifically if you're aware of the drinking culture and whatnot, specifically in New Orleans and the type of cocktails that come out of there. Like some of the best, most prominent cocktails have liquors like Benedictine and whatnot. I mean, neither of them are stronger or weaker against each other. Like, if I gave this one a 10 out of 10, this one gets a 10 out of 10 as well.
Right.
Like,
I would have to say the same. It's always, I can see why this is a Dominican legend. We cannot confirm nor deny the rumors about Mama Juana. Enjoy Candela as a shot or in your favorite cocktails. Proudly made in the Dominican Republic, and they should be proud. I understand completely why Alejandro was very proud of this version, because it seems like what they're doing is, I mean, like I said before, they're having fun with this.
Yeah.
They're experimenting. They're looking at flavors and they're plussing or minusing flavors. And I really dig that, because, I mean, I'm not saying that you're bound to get a surprise in every bottle, but for me, what that says for me,
they're testing the waters on what works so that when they're making their next batches and whatnot, like, to me, this speaks of when we know what each formula tastes like, they're taking the notes. They're saying, well, this formula did better in this demographic than this formula and whatnot. Then, you know, when they're ready, they can be like, okay, well, we have 2 brands of Candela. We got this brand and we got this brand. Or this flavor and this flavor.
What that also says to me specifically, though, is like they are focused on taste. They are focused, like they're really focused on what makes alcohol good. And we've seen this before with other people that we've talked to. Scott over at Blended Family, we've seen this before. Even
Mount Regis.
Yeah, Mount Regis. We talked to them. We've seen this before. Even though we've never directly talked to these people, I forget the gentleman's name over with Snoop's Gin. If you go on his Instagram and stuff, you can tell. You can tell that that there's a focus there, and there's a few others that I can't think of right now. But you really can't tell that when you have individuals like those, and this that stands out, and how they're focused on flavor, they're focused on taste, they're focused on how it makes you feel, things like that. And then there's others that are more mainstream, who I'm not gonna name names because I don't want to offend.
I know what you're talking about, and I know what spirit you're talking about, and I know the brand of spirit you're talking about, and they taste like balloons.
where it's just, we're putting it out here to make that money. Granted, let's be real. No one is making liquor to not make money.
Exactly.
But there are people
take
out
pride
there.
in what you put out.
Exactly.
Take pride in what you put out there, and you know, like, have fun doing it. Like,
exactly.
If you're going through the motions, quit your job.
Yeah.
Seriously.
But like I said, with the ones that we named before, and there are a few others that we didn't name. Like, you can definitely tell. You can definitely tell. Even if you just like it, just beyond taste. Like I said, if you go on some of these people's Twitters and Instagrams and like look at the dedication they put into what they're doing, and you know, like it's definitely in there. And
there have been a lot of liquors that have started following us, and I follow them back. And like I look at the stuff that they put out on their Instagrams and everything like that, and you can genuinely tell they care about the product that they're making.
Right.
You know, they're having fun doing it, especially when it comes to the drinks that they're making up and the pictures that they're doing. I think that's where a lot of their passion for that show is with the stuff you see on Instagram as far as drink photography and whatnot.
Exactly. So, you know, once again, big ups to Alejandro and Candela. You guys did a magnificent job with this one.
And I even have a drink idea for this that we're going to premiere in the next episode. So, you know, get ready for that.
Yeah, I can't wait for that because you told me what it is, and I'm curious and interested to see how you pull this off. But yeah, ladies, gentlemen, get out there.
Get yourself a bottle of Candela.
Yes, it's very good. Like, go to their website. I mean, if you're in the Dominican Republic, you're probably drinking this as you watch this video. If you're in Miami, you're probably drinking this as you watch this video. If you know that you can find it there. Everywhere else, like I said, I know it was in New York at one point, because we bought a bottle before this one a couple of years ago for a friend's wedding, our best friend's wedding. And we had been looking at Mama Juana for a while, and we had been lamenting the fact that it wasn't in Georgia. And we always said we were going to buy it. And then when our best friend got married, we said this will be a great wedding gift, even though we never tasted it. So we bought it for them. And like a couple of months after the wedding, we all met up for a game night or a barbecue or something like that. And we were talking, and they were like, We drunk that in a week, dude. That did not last long in our house because it was that good. So that let us know that we picked the right thing to get them.
Exactly.
And that we were right to think that it was delicious. And lo and behold, currently now we have 2 bottles and they are both delicious. But now all that makes me think is, I wonder what their bottle tasted like.
That's a good question.
And if it was different from both of these.
We probably will never know.
But with that said and done, like I said, get out there and buy Candela. Go on their website. We always put the information about different liquors and places we go and stuff like that below. So go down below if for some reason Google fails you and you can't just type in Candela and find it. In this video, go down in the information below and we will have all their social medias down there so that you can pick this up.
Exactly.
But that'll do it for this episode of Drink Tales. Be sure to like and subscribe. Hit that bell so that you're notified of all content that's coming to the channel. Also, check us out on Instagram, check us out on Twitter, and check us out on Facebook. We just recently got on Facebook, so go ahead and hit that up. Also, too,
if you have a liquor, spirit, wine, beer, a type of snack, a type of dessert, a drink idea, or a drink, not a menu, but a recipe, something that you know that we haven't tried before, or you know we can't get here in the States, maybe it's underappreciated, maybe you just got this new ass idea and you want us to review it, let us know. Hit us up in our DMs. We will negotiate and arrange for a meetup. Maybe you send it to us, a collab, you know, whatever it is, like, you know, let's talk about it. Let's try some stuff.
Maybe we got to meet in a dark alley and you pass it off through a trench coat or something. I mean, that's not the preferred method, but anything that gives us that sweet liquor, we're good to go. But also, too, that goes for places too: bars, restaurants, distilleries, breweries, food trucks, drink trucks, dessert places. I don't know. If there's any place in the world that you like or you think we might like, let us know about it so that we can try to go. We're on the move all the time. So we're always trying to look for something new. Hell, if it's in Georgia and you don't think we've gone to it yet, let us know.
Exactly.
Because maybe we have, maybe we haven't. We've been looking at a lot of places in Georgia, in Atlanta. You know, you're gonna see some things soon.
Yeah, a lot of food places and whatnot, a lot of restaurants and everything like that. You know, we want to travel.
Exactly.
We want to go to these places.
Exactly. There's a couple of places we've been looking at that should be ashamed of themselves of how delicious the food was.
How decadent over the top. You people know who you are. You people know who you are.
Exactly. Getting people to try to run up in there and eat your food. And it's working too, because we're going to go. But like I said, that'll do it for this episode of Drink Tales. And until next time, peace.